In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This month on Simulcast 253, we're all back and we've got lots to talk about. We didn't write an intro, so this is it. Stay tuned. All right, it is, Wednesday, April 26th. I'm Bill Stebbins, and you're listening to Simulcast 253. Yes, we came back for another one. It's been kind of a crazy month, so we're a little bit late in the month doing our podcast, but I think we mentioned last month that we were going to do these as we had time and trying to keep them light and fun. Hopefully you enjoyed the last one. Coming back for another go, I've got Brian Feldhaus with me. What's up, Brian?
How you guys doing?
Doing well.
Glad to be here.
Got Donny Benfield reporting live from Sheetrock Central.
Yeah, seriously. Maybe the next podcast it'll be white instead of insulation. Maybe. Fingers crossed.
And then finally we have Patrick Virgadamo.
What's up?
Patrick, you look like you could be in an ISIS video. You got the black thing.
That's the truth.
This is true.
There's no beheadings going on or anything.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Not that I'm aware of.
All right, it might get us flagged for something on YouTube.
If you're only listening to the audio, you have to go back and watch the feed now.
Yeah. Patrick generally has a really nice setup, and I'm just hassling him. But he's got a black background, so there's no distractions like mine. There's crap stuff all over the walls, and
got the white T-shirt. It's like classic.
Yeah, we need to get a green screen, and then you can have like King Kong climbing in the background, and
or I can do like
figure this out. I have a green screen behind me.
This is true.
Let's figure this out.
Be like the Iraqi media guy as the tanks are rolling in. We are still in control.
Yeah.
We're not invading.
That's a good title for the show. We are still in control.
There we go.
We're not even 5 minutes in and we got a show title.
Yeah, and we're already off the rails, so my apologies. It's been a long day.
What's new?
Pretty much. All right, so
we're gonna talk about iPhone 8 rumors.
Oh yeah, did somebody ask? Can we talk about iPhone concepts, because those are totally going to be the way that it looks.
Right.
Totally.
Yeah, because
nobody's posting anything about those either. If you haven't noticed.
Oh. Yeah, Brian. I guess we can just move right into that stuff, Brian.
Let's talk about it.
A kid that you've been retweeting some of his concepts and his leaks and stuff, and some of the other, I guess, reputable leakers are really panning that kid pretty hard. It's kind of funny.
Are they? I mean, I don't know. I don't follow any of the other.
Yeah,
I just saw a couple. I don't know how I found this kid guy. I don't know who he is, but I mean, I don't know if was it Evie Leaks or is that guy saying anything? He's like a big leaker.
Well, there's another guy, and I don't even remember what his name is. He's in my feed somewhere. But
well, the one you saw with a dummy phone or whatever that he apparently.
Yeah, there's also a guy that goes by the name of On Leaks.
Yeah, that's right. On Leaks. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I don't follow them anymore because they don't really post much,
Yeah, and so he was kind of having a Twitter war with the kid about, I mean, basically what it boils down to is we don't know what the iPhone 8 really is going to look like. I think it's going to look like the iPhone 7, just a little more evolved. But there's all these concepts where like Touch ID's under the screen, or it's on the back and it's got dual cameras and, rounded glass and super OLED, all this stuff.
No bezels.
Yeah.
My theory on this is I believe that people are saying, all right, the phone's not going to come out until later on in the fall or maybe the end of the year. I think that Apple's going to do a really good job at hiding this phone, and you're not going to really know until the launch, and then it's probably going to release 3 or 4 months later, and that's probably why they'll do that, so they can keep it a secret, because they suck at keeping secrets now.
Yeah,
that's my opinion. That's my guess.
Yeah, well, the problem is that they've got such a demand for their phones. They have to produce them months in advance in order to meet the demand.
Right. The only way to do it would be lag the lagged the launch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, these things have been leaked before. I mean, even when the iPhone 6 came out, I mean, these things were leaked. I think that Sonny Dixon or whoever he is on Twitter leaked that out.
Name.
Yeah, cool name. Huh? No, but he leaked it out, and he was right on the money. So somehow he got some, parts or whatever along the way. The aluminum casing and he was dead on. So I mean, I think some of this stuff just gets, I mean, in the you want to call it a black market or something, they're there. I mean,
well, usually they have case mock-ups and all that stuff, and somebody gets diagrams, and then they make
these schematics and things that are coming out.
Well, they'll do the dummy ones. They'll do the dummy ones for the case manufacturers too, so that they can have stuff at release.
But is Apple that dumb? I mean, do they really do that and then try to act like they're a secret about everything?
I think they want to hype stuff up. I mean, they want to get it out kind of everybody getting, like these rumors and spread them around, because nobody really knows till launch day. But well, I mean, I think they want to do this.
I think they saw how much press they got with the original leak, and I think there's like, hey, let's just keep doing this and pretend it's a leak.
So you think they do it on purpose?
I do.
Well, yeah. The other advantage that Apple really has is that they don't discontinue the older model now. So even though people will say, oh, well, I'm not, some people will say, I'm not going to buy the current iPhone because the new one's coming out. There's a lot of people that be like, I'm going to go ahead and get the cheaper one anyway. So I'll just go ahead and buy this one, and knowing that the other one's going to cost more, and they don't really care, because usually it's a fairly incremental.
Right.
What are we on that?
Let's face it, all phone upgrades are incremental now.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anymore.
Every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but let's put it. iPhone goes kind of TikTok, so
they
did so this one should be kind of a new phone.
No, it should be an S.
Hopefully.
Well, we've had 3 years of the same design, which is just hideous. It's I don't like it at all. But I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of just excited for a change, or like to see them go in a different direction. I don't know.
I think the only thing we can all agree is that it won't get the iPod 10-year anniversary treatment.
I don't think so.
They killed it.
Nope.
Well, if you want to really get a good preview of what the iPhone 8 is going to look like, Samsung has already stolen the design, and
they use their time.
It's absolutely beautiful too.
It is, and that is what the iPhone is probably going to look like, because Samsung, as dirty as they are, have already stolen it and released the design.
They've hired somebody to work for Apple internally.
Yes, in that dungeon of a lab.
I'll tell you what, though, Donnie, there are people, I mean, at my office, actually, that a guy that I work with just bought an iPhone 7 yesterday. He could care less about this 8 coming, or like you were saying, some people just buy.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, they wait for the sales.
Smartphones are not exciting that much anymore. Nobody cares. I mean, the phones are good enough, even if you have one a year old. I mean, so they're just like, whatever. I'm good with this phone, and I'll use it for 2 years and get a new one, or 3 or 4 years.
They've become very commoditized. I mean, if you want an iPhone, great, get an iPhone. You can use that thing for 2 or 3 years, no problem. It's kind of like a microwave or something. Not the same longevity. I mean, truthfully,
a little bit of different longevity.
Well, yes, I
don't know. The new microwaves might suck.
Yeah, but
do they explode?
You heat your food, right? It goes above your stove or wherever you want to put it. I mean, what else do you need it to do?
Heat your food and defrost.
Heat your food. You want
a popcorn button
on the internet.
Popcorn, yes. And reheat pizza.
Yeah, I told you we were off the rails. I'm really I'm out in left field now.
I started. I should have kept my mouth shut.
Yeah. Go back to sheet. Are you inhaling drywall dust already?
It's actually leftover insulation.
What is that white powder?
No drywall on here yet. Only fiberglass.
So if any of you think about the S8?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Have you guys seen it in person, or anybody?
No. I have not seen it in person. I've only watched the top reviews on YouTube of what main people think about it. I think from what I've seen in the videos, it's beautiful. It looks like it's going to look really similar to in her hand than the Note 7 did, and I loved the Note 7. So, am I getting it? No, I'm not going to get it.
Todd got one.
Todd gets every new phone.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah. You just don't run them.
I'll buy it from him later.
Todd's list.
I asked him the night because he told me, I said, I need a change or something. I just posted this quick little, and he says, why don't you go buy an S8 Plus? I said, are you selling one? He said, nope.
Not today.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Todd's list.
Yeah.
Yep.
My brother-in-law just actually got the S8. I think he went from the S7 Edge to the S8, and he said it's unbelievable. I mean, he just loves the screen. That's all he raves about is the screen on it.
After using the Pixel, though, I don't know if I could go back to that. I mean, I don't care how beautiful the hardware is. The hardware, like I said, told you the other day on Twitter, the hardware's a honeymoon. I mean, it gets old after a month or two, and then you're stuck with the Samsung software, and I'm like, ugh. So I'm thinking I would probably rather have a Pixel.
Yeah, I just couldn't. I can't tolerate that. I mean, stock Android, I can live with that any day, but TouchWiz.
I think the only thing I could see buying with TouchWiz, I saw there was a rumor that they may be selling refurb Note 7s this summer.
Seriously,
you could probably pick it up on the cheap. That I could see.
Well, I already read an article. I should have probably posted it. That they're having some issues with some screen red, like redness or something to the screens. Did you guys hear about that?
They already pushed a software update. It was
just software.
A handful of them. Yeah, it was something in the calibration for the screen. I mean that
happens on phones. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it looks great. Todd posted a picture of his. It's in a case already, and I said that's like a supermodel in a moo-moo. It really is.
But it's hard to hold. I'm sure the Note 7 was hard to hold.
With the design, it's beautiful, but then you got to cover it up.
That's true.
To use it.
Who cares how beautiful it is at that point?
That's pretty much all phones. I can't hardly hold them. I'll end up. I don't drop phones. It'll slide out of my pocket or something like that, or off my lap, and then I'm like, no. I'm mad.
Yeah.
Bill, I love that you have brake cleaner behind you. That's awesome.
I do. Oh,
is that not literally brake cleaner?
CRC.
It is. I use it for my RC car tires to clean.
Looking at it, going, why does Bill have brake cleaner behind him?
Those little RC cars that are there, the tires that are on them, you have to clean them off after you run them to make them sticky again. So that
nice stink up the basement there.
No, it's not too bad.
Yeah, all right.
I use gloves and a mask.
He gets hot.
I mean,
sniffing the fumes.
So
who's buying the S8? That's what I want to know. Anybody here?
No. I'm on the 1 year a year Pixel cycle now, and I'm perfectly happy.
So we're gonna get the same Pixel phone, and it's just gonna be full screen.
Pretty much, and then my wife will get my 1 year old like new Pixel, and we'll sell her Nexus 6P, and everybody will be happy.
Trickle me down. I like that program. I wish I was on that.
At least you get your updates, Bill. Like you.
That's the thing. I
buy one though. If you still can't buy a Pixel,
that's crazy.
It's not.
It really is. I mean, what are we 8 months into since it released, and they still can't get it right, or 7 months?
Here's the new Pixel. Well, my order's still in for the first one.
We're just gonna swap your order out.
Yeah.
Send me the.
I never understood that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Phones are definitely not Google's priority, I don't think, or I don't know.
No, it's ads.
Yeah.
I think Google ascribes to the Nintendo hardware model.
Wow, there's so many segues right there. Let me just pick one. So Nintendo is killing off their NES Classic already, and I didn't get to read the articles. Does anybody know why in the world they're doing that?
The rumors are they're going to do a Super Nintendo Classic this year.
That will include the NES stuff as well?
Probably not, because I mean it would make sense, and this is Nintendo we're talking about.
Why does that make sense? I mean, it seems like the Classic would be the Classic. Just leave it out.
That came out like what, 6 months ago or so?
Yeah, November. November 11th, Veterans Day,
and they're already killing it off. Jeez.
Wow.
It must have been doing very well.
I mean, it makes no sense. People are still trying to push it. it's obviously there's enough demand that they're selling for $250 plus on eBay.
All right. Wow.
But we're gonna kill it.
Yeah. And then if they keep doing it every 6 months, then they'll be caught up to the current product.
One of the other rumors is that the reason they're doing it is because the Switch hasn't gotten the retro console yet, and so that maybe so they don't cannibalize that sales for games on that. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all.
I mean, I could have seen them if this new one was going to come out and it, like you said, Donny, had the NES on it, or God forbid, had the expansion ability that this one probably should have had. That I could see, but I guess if you didn't get one, sorry.
Yeah, you'll be selling on eBay for $1,000 before you
I have
know
a retro Pi, and I'm perfectly happy with that.
Yes, you do.
Yep.
I could just play the Mario game on our phones and be happy with that.
That's true too.
Or Donnie, next time I make a batch, I'll just make you a retro Pi.
There you go.
Is Mario on Android? You play it on Android, Donnie?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, you're not on the. You're on the iPhone. Back on the iPhone. Aren't
I'm
you?
back on iPhone. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but it's on Android as well.
Yeah, I played it on the
Okay.
Pixel. Yeah.
Okay.
I've played it on both.
Yep. I have it.
Okay, it's boring though to me. Quick. My kids still play it constantly. It's just
I
easy.
play Crossy Road all the time. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say. I mean,
Everybody's
I played that
Wow.
game for like a second. I mean, but I was done with it. Like not last year, the year before last. But hey, I've seen that happen. I mean, you pick up an old game and then you get hung on it. I've done that.
I still like Angry Birds, but I don't play it very much.
I broke out the Star Wars version the other day.
Sweet.
I don't play games
Yeah, I don't have much time to play either.
either. I have hobbies that aren't games.
Me too. So something else that kind of was rumored to be happening soon that I found interesting because it doesn't make sense is that Google Chrome's rumored to be getting a Google ad blocker. And don't quite know what the angle is from Google on this, if it's just going to block like nefarious ads or if they're going to have, who knows? What do you guys think about an ad blocker from Google?
It sounds counterproductive.
For their business model.
It does. The only thing I could see is with that whole alphabet crap they pulled. If you have two different heads not knowing what the hell they're doing, hey, let's do this for the Chrome. And then the ad people are over there screaming, are you stupid?
Yeah. It would be like CBS putting out their own ad blocker for commercials or whatever. It's like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my ad blocker and I wouldn't use it most of the time, but you can't go, say you go to Android Central and you want to browse their site. They have full page ads. That's
how they make money.
Well, they don't make money off me because I don't go there on mobile anymore. And if I go there, I have an ad blocker turned on.
Well, Bill, you want to use their services, but you don't want to pay to use their services by even looking at their ads. So
you can't use the site.
how do you expect them to pay money? You want them to start charging a subscription fee?
And you know the worst part? The freaking ads are in Spanish.
That's bad. See, you need to turn your targeted ads on, so you'll be getting stuff like me, like bike wheels and quadcopter stuff.
No, I do have it on.
Oh, okay.
That's the crazy part. Let me see if I can.
That's really bad because I mean, it doesn't matter what I go to on the internet. Every time I go to a site, it's like, dang it, I do need to buy that. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's still loading.
But it just slows the sites down tremendously. I mean, you can't even almost view them.
I mean, I'm on a 300 meg connection and it's still.
See, Bill,
it's all the JavaScripts and all the crap they use to.
Bill, do you sleep surf in Spanish?
I mean, yo hablo español, but come on. Google doesn't know that about me. Yeah, I don't know. It's insane. There's like 100 words on this. That's an actual article, and then there's about 50 ads.
I could see like if they were going to do some kind of like spyware blocking or something, or because some people can run things through ads that way. You click on them, and if they had some algorithm or something that they could do that to block spyware, let's just say, or adware or whatever, that would be cool. But
if they want to block anything, how about the fact that when you try to open up a link, say like through Facebook or something else, where you get those stupid "you have won a prize" redirects?
Oh, those are the worst.
Now, if you block that shit, we're good.
Hey, yeah, something.
I don't mind an ad, but don't force me to go to another page and I can't get back to where I'm at.
Yep. So along those lines, speaking of things that might be somewhat nefarious, in the EU, not Donny, Patrick, you're our legal correspondent, and Kodi. We all know about Kodi streaming devices. The what are they? Jailbroken Fire Sticks that everybody loves.
Oh yeah, it's really hard to put that on there. Geez,
Yeah, you don't even have
like
to.
It's some hacking. Yeah, major hacking.
Yeah. So in the EU, go ahead. They've decided that it's illegal to have.
The court, what they've said is these sellers were selling these Kodi streaming devices, but it was coming with like these other add-ons that you could activate to do more geared towards piracy, as though already loaded and turned on by default. So essentially they argued you're really encouraging piracy. It's not that your devices could use piracy, but you're giving it to them with all the tools already installed and activated. And
that's right. It's about time somebody steals some money from those folks. I'm sick of them.
It's
steal everything.
Yeah, and it's the modern equivalent of the hacked satellite boxes that you used to be able to buy.
Yeah,
you remember those?
Mm-hmm.
I never had one. To Scout's honor, I never did have one.
Did you ever have anybody climb to the top of the telephone pole and give you access to all the channels?
Yes. No, but you know what I did do?
Never.
When I was younger, I had one of the slide cable boxes, and you could actually stick a knife in the edge of it and jiggle it around, and it would short something inside, and all your pay channels would work.
Bill's like, hold on, give me a knife.
It's a butter knife.
I can remember in college. In college, the big thing was to get all the little filters. Somebody would go jack off of the lines and stuff.
Say what? This is a family show.
Where is this going?
but the little cylinder filters that take them from people's like in a trailer park or something, and you'd see people like in their dorm room would have like 5 of those linked up so that they could have all the pay channels unscrambled.
I think I've heard of that before.
Yeah,
we're old.
That's true. My telephone used to have a cord attached to it.
And
those are terrible.
Yeah. So the Kodi stuff, it's neat. I mean, there's a couple of apps that I use on there for some different events that I like to watch. And so I'll just plug up the Fire Stick if I need to do that or whatever, and that's fine.
So you have no other way to get Kodi? You have to use a Fire Stick?
Oh, you can run it on a Mac or an Android device, or
you can't do it on you don't have a Google TV or anything like that?
I have a Google TV, but nothing that's current, and I don't have that the new whatever the Android TV thing. So
the cheapest way to run it is just a Raspberry Pi 3 in a case.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
you guys could load Kodi right on your Android devices now.
Yeah.
Again, it's in the Play Store, right?
Stream it to Chrome.
Yeah.
A Chrome. What is the stupid thing that plugs in?
Chromecast.
Chromecast. Yeah.
You can. I don't know if you can do it on Chromecast or not. But honestly,
you can't like AirPlay it.
Mirror or something.
Mirror.
I don't know. The Fire Stick, honestly, you plug it in, you pull up the remote, and scroll down to your Kodi thing, and boom, you're in.
Yeah, I mean that's all I have. So you're not telling.
You don't leave your Fire Sticks plugged in all the time?
I don't use it that much because I have Chromecast. So if I want to watch anything else, I usually use the Chromecast. But the Fire Stick is so much more versatile for the other content.
Chromecast makes me insane. I do not understand Chromecast. I really don't. I understand Chromecast for, I know this is off topic, but I understand Chromecast for people that just want to watch things occasionally, but on a constant basis, I just do not get it. I've got one, and I don't understand it. It's just me. I'd rather have an interface and a remote and not have to use my phone.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the Chromecast. Like, they don't really have a remote. I mean, you can use HDMI CEC to control it with your TV remote, but it only gives you like pause and rewind. And so the Fire Stick's a lot more versatile because you've got some actual tactile buttons on a little remote, or you can use the voice remote. And I like that. And at $40, I mean, a Fire Stick's pretty cheap to get in. And so if you wanted one of these, special Kodi streaming devices, that's a way to get in really cheap.
Just load it yourself, folks. Don't overpay for a Fire Stick.
It's literally
go to the internet and Google it and take 10 minutes of your time and follow the instructions. It's not hard.
Okay, hey, Donnie, my Chromecast has a dedicated remote. It's called my Note 3.
Man, yeah, I hear you, Patrick. That just stresses me out. Do you have the
Does the Note 3 even turn on?
Yes, mine works perfectly, and it still has the IR blaster too.
You had that phone for a long time, didn't you?
Actually, no. That was probably the shortest I've had a phone other than the iPhone.
Which one did you have? Which one did you have for
the Thunderbolt?
The Thunderbolt. That's the one, man. You had that thing forever.
That was like 2011.
I forgot about that phone. I had that too for a second.
Patrick had that through like 10 6 phone cycles. He still was holding on to it.
Well, my problem was with Verizon with the grandfather data. I got screwed, right. Yeah, I couldn't until they had that glitch for the Note 3, and that's how I got it.
Because I remember podcasting with you thinking, "Oh my God, he's still using the Thunderbolt." That unlimited data, though, you wouldn't let go.
With the new plan, though, I finally switched. I mean, it made more sense for me.
So you're on the 22 so-called unlimited data.
Yeah, I realized I was never using more than 10 gigs. So,
what is unlimited then?
Yeah.
I didn't switch to the plan because I'm using only like 6 to 10 gigs, and there's no reason for me to switch to unlimited.
My bill actually dropped like almost $50.
Wow, score. Sorry, those weren't on the show notes.
No, actually, that was because we were going to talk about cord cutting anyway.
Yes.
So we just kind of.
Well, Fire Stick. If you're going to cord cut, get a Fire Stick or a Fire TV. If you want 4K, that's the way to go.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Do not buy a new Apple TV. They suck.
It's the easiest.
I still have one in the box, still in the shrink wrap.
Throw it in the trash.
Yeah.
Wow.
If anybody wants.
Yeah. So
I didn't help you sell it, Brian. My bad.
That's funny. So from a wife acceptance factor, the WAF, the Fire Stick would be easy because there's a remote. As long as the remote doesn't get lost, then it's easy to fire up, and it's got pretty much everything you'd really want to be able to run on the Fire Stick. Other than I don't think it has YouTube, right? But I don't know them. I don't know many females that watch YouTube.
I thought you could sideload.
My kids.
Your kids?
Oh, my kids stay on YouTube, and they're not. I mean, they're females. They're kid females, but they seriously stay on YouTube constantly. My wife doesn't really watch it, but I've become a YouTube watcher. I watch YouTube now. Probably 90% of my TV watching is YouTube.
Me too.
What have I become? A millennial?
Hey, Snowflake.
It's like I started watching one channel, and then I found another channel, and then I found another channel, and I lay in bed watching YouTube for over an hour, and I'm like, what is happening?
That's like me at Wikipedia.
I need to be like you, Patrick.
It's like you find something you like, and it's just this rabbit hole. You just keep going down and down and down. And I find myself sometimes I'll subscribe to 2 or 3 channels in an hour's worth of watching. But one of my favorite features on YouTube actually is when you have YouTube Red, you can offload or offline shows. So I'll do that, just save my playlist, and then take them to work with me. And if I've got time at lunch, I'll sit there and watch 1 or 2 episodes of whatever show I'm watching.
So you can't stream at work, is what you're saying?
Well, I can stream at work, but it's much easier just to have it offline, just watch it. I mean, we have guest Wi-Fi at work, but
this way
That's true. I like to see how many times I check my bank account while I'm watching YouTube. Too many.
Well,
Like, how
all you
much
gotta
money
do is
do I
just
have
ask
right
us.
now?
Yeah.
So does everybody has cable here?
Yes.
No, no, I don't have
Donny's
cable.
the only one that's cut. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I've sort of
six or 7 years.
I've halfway cut it in that I don't have any of the DVR crap or any of that stuff. I strictly have the cable cards and their TV, like their base package with HD. So I don't pay a whole lot, like 50 or $60 a month for the TV stuff. And for me, it's worth it because I have kids and the DVR stuff. Just it's easier than trying to find it online.
Yeah.
I definitely would do it, but my wife is just too into taping shows, and it's just not even worth it.
It's hard. It's hard at first. I remember when I did it, but once you do it and you get over the initial like, oh my god, this is crazy, then you're fine. I mean,
Yeah, but then you end up having to, like Hulu's coming out with Hulu TV,
YouTube has
YouTube
YouTube.
TV. You end up paying all these fees anyway, and it's like there's really no difference in the long run, probably.
Except you get to pick what you
there
want.
is a difference. Yep, there is a difference. It's the way you watch it versus recording shows and having to be there and set up a DVR. You just have your stuff set up, and then you go click it. And I mean, I know you can click and watch with a DVR whenever you want, but I mean, we're programmed to watch something either live, like we watch The Voice live, or if we miss it, we go catch it on Hulu. Or if we're behind anything that we use Hulu now more than any other streaming to watch TV at all. I mean, I could get rid of Netflix before Hulu, which is crazy. I never thought I would say that, but I like being able to get on the computer and I have a list of my shows and I can see what I've watched and what I haven't watched, and I can just go down through it and watch what I want to watch when I want to watch it.
I do like the fact that like in my use case. Like my wife and I watch a show on HBO that just started back up, and I just signed up for HBO now. So, I mean, yeah, I could get it other ways and whatever, but I just did it that way because it's easier for me to just throw it up on the TV, and I pay a month or two until the season's over, whatever, and then I can just cut it off or whatever.
Silicon Valley, it's coming up.
That just started. So there's a couple shows that I watch right now. So I just figured I'll pay the subscription. So I think there is something. What's that?
Is that on Kodi? I haven't even checked that.
No, everything's on Kodi. Come on.
No, that would be illegal. And the Simulcast does not endorse the use of jailbroken Kodi devices.
Oh, I was asking for a friend.
Oh, sorry.
No, but I think the a la carte kind of model could be good if they could get the pricing to where. I mean, it is. I guess it's pretty good pricing if you look at it, and you can kind of pick and choose what you want month to month.
Showtime does a deal where they add on to Hulu, so you can pay like an extra $6 or whatever, and that's how I watch Homeland. And it's tagged onto my Hulu, so that's what I've been doing for Showtime.
That's a great show.
Great show.
I just ditched HBO off of my cable because it was only $5 add-on I have DirecTV Now, the grandfather $35 one, and so I was like, it saved me like $15 a month. So okay, and you only get 3 channels of HBO for it, but I wasn't watching any of the movies and stuff live anyway. I just go watch. You can stream anything that they're showing on any of their channels with HBO Go.
Right. It's pretty crazy too. I don't know if HBO does this. I don't remember, but Showtime on Hulu, it's like when the show airs, you can start watching it, which I think is really cool.
That's the way it should be.
So yeah, I mean, a lot of things on Hulu you have to watch the following day, or it's after midnight or whatever the time be. But yeah, on the Showtime, as soon as the show is airing live, then you can go in and watch it on Hulu, which I thought that's a nice change. I'd like to see more of that.
So let's talk about the casting couch, which is for us what we're playing, watching, reading, listening to, and we've already kind of started to talk about that. But I figured we would formally introduce that section of the show, since we're already getting into some of the things that we're watching. So, Donny, you just finished the whole season of Homeland. I haven't started watching that show yet.
Oh gosh, that is an awesome show, man. It's probably My favorite show I've ever watched, hands down. And there's probably another one when I'm watching that one though. I get confused, but I love Homeland. I watched the current season. It's over, but I love it. I think Brian got me started watching that show, and I mean, don't start because once you it's Homeland. If anyone hasn't watched it, it's CIA. You know, a lot of geared toward that kind of thing. The United States, which now it has to do with the president and all kinds of. They've branched off through the seasons. I forget what season they are. You know what season it is, Brian? I think it's 6-ish. Maybe.
I'll look right now.
Yeah, but it's an awesome show. If you like that kind of
one
show,
of the best shows. Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't like CIA and that kind of thing, then it might not be up your alley. But
I just finished 6. Yeah.
Yeah, 6. 6 is what it was. It's a great season, and it's one of those things that after the last show is over, I'm just like, man, really? Come on. I'm upset.
Yeah, ready for season 7. Yeah.
So don't start it, Bill, unless you're ready to start binging.
I don't have time to binge, unfortunately.
Bill, so don't start now.
Yeah. You could almost pick it up anywhere. Honestly, don't you think? Don't you think?
I'm a completionist, so I could.
Yeah, you got to start from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I think you do, but don't you think
just
that
to know the history?
If you picked it up like this year in season 6, you really wouldn't know.
That is true.
I don't think it carried over from last year.
It really didn't.
No,
you could probably watch this current season and be okay.
Now, the first few, if you started, then you have to kind of go through it because then they do kind of carry over for a while, and then
they took it. They branched off quite a bit.
Sure.
From what it was, they kind of followed a line for several seasons, and then it kind of come to an end, and then they just did it kind of went a different direction. But it's still awesome.
Definitely worth it though.
I like Claire Danes a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Brian, you and I are both watching a show that was on a long time ago, and it's one of the ones where you can kind of pick it up from now. But if you've seen the backstory, it's awesome to watch too.
Which one is that? Prison Break?
Yes.
Yeah. I still haven't watched that. I need to watch that show.
That's a great show. Yeah. I was so happy that came back. I mean, how do you feel? Have you been watching it?
Yes.
Phil?
Yes. My wife.
How do you feel about this season so far?
So far, I'm really liking it. I was hoping they weren't going to drag it out so much. Like the original series, I really enjoyed, but it almost went on just a bit too long. And there was so much suspense, and so now this one, I think the first episode I was kind of then it really just like boom, it's gone, it's good.
Yeah, it's different writers and stuff, since different people picked up the show, but I would say the first couple episodes were kind of I was even actually a little confused because I had to go back and watch. Did you have to? Yeah, I had to watch a couple episodes at the end of the previous iteration of it, to kind of. I think some stuff was kind of made, spliced in there or whatever. You know what I mean? Because I thought Michael was dead, but whatever. We won't get into this stuff. But anyway, check it out. It's a good show. No, it's a great show, man. It's worth watch it from the beginning. Donnie.
Yeah, and I mean it's the same cast of characters pretty much.
I'm trying to finish.
They brought everybody back.
Yeah.
I've got House of Cards that I still haven't finished. I'm in the current season of that, and then Bill recommended Narcos when my back was hurt, and I've got another season of that. It's like, gosh,
I'm still behind on that too. I haven't had time to finish watching that.
So what season are you on? The second one? I'm
just into the second season.
Yeah, I think it's got to be over after the second season, right?
I'm pretty sure.
I would think it would be. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail you off of the other show, but you guys are making me start and watch something else, and I'm not going to do it until I'm good and ready.
Yeah. So I don't know where we were, Patrick.
We're all over the place.
We haven't heard from Patrick in a few minutes. Can you report in from the ISIS shack?
I was actually conversing with Steve in the YouTube chat room.
Oh, okay. I'm scared to click. I'm afraid if I click in there to try and get to it, I'll knock off the show or something.
Which is possible.
I think we ought to take the video and just splice in some kind of language in over Patrick.
Take a screenshot of Patrick with some Arabic over.
That would be so funny. Oh gosh, I don't have time to do it, but I would do it.
Yeah, I don't need the feds coming checking in on me.
We hear the door knocking.
Yeah.
What's your address?
So Patrick, what are you watching or playing or whatever?
Show-wise, finally caught up on The Magicians. Pretty good. I've read the books. The TV show is actually better than I thought it would be, even though it's different from the books. Starting on The Expanse, which going back to kind of cord cutting, sci-fi really needs to get their crap together. Because every time.
Expanse. Let me ask a question. Like, does it get better after the first episode?
I don't know that yet. I've only watched the first episode. I started that list. The sci-fi app. My problem with Xbox One, every other few minutes, it keeps crashing, and I have to completely exit the app and come back into it.
Fire stick time.
Yes.
Wow.
And that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. I'm cautiously optimistic about the show. The books are actually really good.
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody said it's such a great show, and I started it and I watched the first episode, and I was thinking, nah, I don't want to get in to watch the second one for some reason. But if somebody says keep watching, I'll do it.
Well, I'll let you know once this weekend. I'm going to binge some more. The Flash finally came back. I hate how CW does that whole mid-season hiatus. Like not even like the Christmas hiatus. It's like middle of a half-season hiatus. But that show is actually pretty good. Even with the limited budget they've got, they do a pretty good job with their CGI and everything. Book-wise, I've actually just got done reading. It was the new Star Wars book that came out. It's Thrawn. And if you've watched any of the Rebel episodes, it's actually really good. It ties in a lot of the stuff that's now canon for him as a character.
Book reading, props.
I've got to say that book, it was actually one I had trouble putting it down.
You're probably way smarter than me. I seriously don't read books. I read the internet, and that's about it. I wish I read books.
The thing I'm looking forward to, though, is this week, Friday, the Mario Kart's coming out for the Switch.
So all your time is spent.
Well, the good thing is I don't have to sit in front of the TV with the Switch. I can take it and play at lunch at work and everything.
Nice.
All right, that's all.
You want me to finish what I'm watching?
Yes, sure.
Since,
absolutely, please.
Donny, Steve wants to know: are you in the Unabomber's old shack? It looks he likes the insulation.
We're off the rails. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Everybody heard of the Blacklist? Have anybody watched that?
I have. I watched the first 7 or 8 episodes, and I lost interest.
Did you?
Should I keep watching?
You know what? I mean, I can see where you probably. I like it. I enjoy the show, and then it's actually gotten better this season. It just came back on last week, and it kind of tells you. It got kind of stale after a while. It's kind of the same. If you know what I'm talking about, Donny. You know,
right.
It's like kind of
it was the same thing over and over, and I was going, okay, well,
this
up much.
Like who's the dad, who's not the dad, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's kind of moved on this season. It's kind of given you some info of how all this came about and everything. You know, Mr. Kaplan, all this other stuff. So that's a great show. And then the Blacklist Redemption is kind of a spinoff of. It's tied together, but that's a really good show, the Blacklist Redemption. It just went off for the first season just finished, but I don't know if you check it out, kind of look it up and see. The other show I'm watching is The Leftovers. That's on HBO.
That's another one I started watching and bailed on.
Did you? It's the last season. It's the final. They're finally getting rid of it. It's I'm kind of over that, but it's a good show. But it's, I think they can only draw these out so long. It's time to end it. But the last one is actually my boss told me about it. It's called Fauda. It's Fauda. It's on Netflix, and it's an Israeli movie. It's got like English subtitles, but man, it's really good. It was filmed over there, and it's about like a top Israeli agent that's he comes out of retirement he hunts down like this Palestinian militant that he thought he had killed, but it's crazy. It's a great show on Netflix. So check that out, see if something you like, That's pretty much what I've been watching. So.
Sweet.
You're up, Bill.
Bill, what's up, man?
So I have been watching Survivor, which, as you guys know, is one of my favorite shows. Very good. Better Call Saul has returned. If you were a fan of Breaking Bad and you're not watching Better Call Saul, the overlap in the stories is finally starting to happen. So that's getting exciting. And then something else that I saw, just happened to catch a trailer for, is a show called Cooper's Treasure. And it is about this guy that hunts like not buried treasure, but like treasure hunter type stuff, like sunken ships and stuff. There was a astronaut in I think it was the Apollo mission, but don't quote me on that. Might have been Mercury. But he happened to be doing some reconnaissance from space and apparently marked down a bunch of places where he'd seen shipwrecks from space. And so he gave this guy this treasure map of all these things. So the guy's trying to find the remnants of the ships that, since they were wooden ships and it was however long ago, the ships probably won't be there, but all the treasure is supposedly still down on the sea floor. And so this guy, I'm on the second episode, I think, and this guy is actually trying to find it. So it's getting really interesting. So that's what I'm watching, and it's pretty cool. You should too.
We'll all go watch it. I there again, Better Call Saul was another one that I did turn on, and I, for some reason, could not get sucked in by that one.
Yeah, I was the same way with that one.
I watched Breaking Bad, and I loved it. I don't know. Yeah.
It was slow the first several episodes. I totally agree. It's gotten a lot better.
Now you're saying it's tying in to.
Yeah.
Is it bringing in some of the characters from?
Yep.
Breaking Bad? Okay.
Well, no, they're not bringing it in. The storylines are starting to actually merge. Okay. So Breaking Bad was one storyline, and Saul Goodman, the attorney, had some part in that show. Mm-hmm. But this is the backstory on how he came to be an attorney and kind of what the events that led up to him being the kind of attorney that he is, which is kind of sleazy and whatnot.
Right. And
so there's some overlap already there. Like Mike, who was the assassin in the Breaking Bad series, he's already in this one. And so it's really kind of cool to start to see some familiar faces come back into the mix.
That would be kind of cool. I would agree with that.
Yeah. So it's worth giving it a shot anyway, but totally understand it does start out a little bit slower than I'd like.
Yeah.
Is that like a second season or something, or how far out?
It's I think it's the second or third. Second.
Oh, okay.
All right. So picks of the week. My pick this week is an anti-pick, unfortunately, and it's something that I really love, so it pains me, but my Huawei watch still has not gotten the Android 2.0, Android Wear 2.0.
You are kidding me.
Is that not the most crazy asinine thing you've ever heard?
That is ridiculous. I would have sold it by now.
They want you to buy the watch, the Huawei watch too.
Man, that's ridiculous. Terrible. There's no excuse for that kind of nonsense.
So supposedly they said either the end of April or the end of May. That was a specific quote.
That's a pretty big gap.
Wasn't it February at first?
Yeah. So it was released in February. There's already other devices. They were apparently going to release it, and then so they found a bug at the last minute, and so they didn't release it. But it just sucks.
You're almost forced to just upgrade your watches.
Bill, you could
every-
just send it to me, and I'll hold on to it while you order the new one.
I don't want the new one. I really like my Huawei watch. It looks like a watch. It functions like a watch. I don't have any issues with it other than I want the update. And so it'll eventually get here, and then I'll forget that I was mad. But
you want to know the biggest problem I have with the Google Watch? Fitness.
I don't do any fitness stuff with my
Right. No, I'm not saying that I'm telling you my problem with it, not your problem. You love it. But I'm telling you, when you compare Apple to the Google Watch, and I'm an avid bike rider, the Apple Watch is a lot better in that aspect, which is unfortunate. I feel like they have room to improve there. I'm going to give them a chance, though.
Yeah,
they can do better.
Yes, definitely. So that's my anti pick. I'm sure I'll kiss and make up with my watch at some point, though.
You'll get a new one because you'll get mad.
I might. My wife's got more. She's got an updated watch. Hers came with it on there, and I don't have it, and it bugs me.
I believe that. That would bug me too.
Like, how do I do?
Do you
this?
like put it on and stuff, Bill? Do you like wear it and
No.
Apple,
secretly wears it?
She goes to bed and he puts it on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the tan, the cream color band with the rose gold face.
Bill is totally jelly.
he's secretly wearing it. Yeah, at night.
So glam.
Why he sleeps streams in Spanish.
That's hilarious.
Kodi.
Yeah. So Patrick, what's your pick this week?
I'm going with the RetroPie, given the NES Classic stuff. With a RetroPie who really needs NES, considering you can have all the classic stuff for really cheap. And if Clay, if you're listening, I'm almost finished with yours. Couldn't work on it last couple months. So I'm almost finished with his. So you'll get yours soon.
That's cool.
Brian, what do you got?
Mine's an app. It's on Android and iOS. It's called Hiya, Hiya. It's a app that kind of helps block a lot of spam calls, telemarketers, and all that crap that comes through your phones all the time. It's really helped weed out a lot of my phone calls that are just people trying to sell stuff or whatever.
So is this similar to Mr. Number?
I don't know. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that one, but there's some that are like, no robo call or something. There's a lot of apps like that, but I really find that Hiya is a really good app. It just blocks a lot of that stuff. And I think actually, Bill's, you're on AT&T. They have an app that's like Call Protect or something. My Call Protect, I think it is.
Yep.
They actually integrated the Hiya back end into that. So.
Oh, nice.
It's I don't know. It helps. I mean, if you, I don't know how many calls. I know you guys use Google Voice numbers and stuff a lot more probably than. But I don't know. Check it out. It's good.
I'm sorry, Brian. I'm not laughing at you.
No.
Did you see the Hangouts or check Twitter?
Oh yeah. I did. Oh geez. I just. That's classic. Yeah, that's good.
I just made a picture of. Actually, I took a screenshot of Patrick with all this foreign writing from the Ice Shack.
Oh no!
Oh no! I'm sorry you're going to jail, Patrick.
Yeah, my response to in the Hangout was, "Oh Jesus, I'm probably on some list now."
There you go.
Excuse me, we need to have you come to this room before you board.
Pardon me, sir. We're going to need you to get off this plane and please resist.
Yeah.
Don't tase me, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
I seriously have no pick at all. And I actually looked and thought about this while I was eating dinner and still came up with nothing. My life's just boring right now.
You don't have like a new drone?
I don't.
Motorcycle?
All I've been doing right now is working on this expansion, and I have been riding my bike like a madman, and that's about all I do. I want some new wheels for my bike, but this is not a bike podcast.
we're an everything podcast. We're talking about brake clean for crying out loud.
It's true. That is true.
Donnie's anti-pick is drywall. It costs much.
Yes. Anti-pick. I don't hate drywall yet because I haven't put the first piece up, but I am glad to be done with insulation. I'm sick of itching.
Oh, that is the worst. It gets in your eyes.
I wear goggles and a mask and the whole thing and a jacket, and I put baby powder in my arms before I start it, and you still itch a little bit.
Oh, please take a picture with you all done up.
It's done. It's
your Breaking Bad outfit.
It's finished.
It's too late.
Too late.
Too late.
Insulation's gone, put up, and cleaned up. So
you're still breathing that stuff in right now, probably.
I don't think so.
No.
I think it's settled. I don't know. It might be some pumping through the AC vents here. So no telling. I'm not coughing or anything, so I should be good. If I'm dead tomorrow, you guys know why.
Yeah.
Now you got all your built-ins and all that ready to go?
On my what?
Built-ins and stuff, or like the kids' stuff, and weren't you showing that last time?
Yeah, I have built-in storage areas in the playroom. Yeah,
that's cool.
I've pre-wired all the rooms like with a plug in the top, so I can hang the TVs up. It's kind of cool things you get to do when you do stuff like that because nobody else would do that. Then when somebody moves in, they go, "Why is there a plug real high on the wall?"
Yeah, right.
Put a TV there.
So Donnie, Steve says next show he wants you to talk about drones.
Okay, we can talk about drones now. We don't need to have to be next show. Get a DJI Mavic. I'm telling you. DJI did announce something. They announced some new goggles, and they're supposedly the drone is supposed to move with your head as you turn. So they're like $500. I don't think I'm going to be buying those. But I used my Mavic for Easter, and I filmed at my grandpa's house, and I kind of put just this little quick video together that was 2 minutes of the whole thing. The kids hunting Easter eggs, and I mean, my family. I put it on Facebook, and everyone absolutely freaked out. I think they thought that me flying it was just kind of a joke. I've never actually showed them video from it, and they kind of thought, okay, he's out here just flying this thing around. And after they saw the video, it like really hit what I was doing. They're like, wow, I mean, that was amazing, and they're awesome. I mean, you don't have to do much. You just fly it and don't jerk around too much and edit the video.
Awesome. I still want one.
There's one I saw. Check this one out. I'm going to put it in the Hangouts, Donnie.
Okay.
It's called Coup Drone. It's 4K smart. It's a nano drone, but look at
Their DJI's
cool.
coming out.
I think
They're coming out with another one that's smaller than the Mavic. It's probably going to be a killer. I'm sitting here like $500 ish.
Well, it's only. I mean, it's only right now like $100 something, but it's on. I think.
If it's $100 something,
it's Kickstarter. You could see it, video and everything. It's pretty cool.
If it's $100 something, the footage is not going to be that great because the gimbal is what makes them.
It's 4K.
No, the quality is not what I'm talking about. Yeah, like the drones have a gimbal, so it's like a 3-axis gimbal, and you can as the drone moves, the camera stays straight. So that's what gives the smooth. Yeah, it gives that smooth motion, and it looks like you're awesome, and you're not really doing anything. I mean, you're just flying. Which you do still have to know how to use one because it takes some skill. Bill knows this. It takes some skill to learn how to fly one of those things. But it's not as hard with a drone that sits there and just sits in the air when you fly it up. But it's also $1,000. So
yeah, this one's $109 for early bird pricing on Indiegogo.
If you're looking at getting a drone, get one. Get a small cheap one that's like $20 off Amazon. I can tell you which one to buy, like a Tiny Whoop or something like that. Fly them, get the hang of it, and then buy your expensive one. Yeah. That's the way to go on drones. But even though a GPS drone will sit there and you can look at it and then just you can be patient with it, but still you don't want to run into the side of a house. It's too much money. They're ridiculously priced, in my opinion.
Yeah,
they will steadily come down.
All right, so we'll talk about some more drone stuff next week because I'm still on the fence on a Mavic.
We have a show next week.
No, I'm just kidding. Next month. But that'll give you time to get a pick together, Donnie.
Yeah, I need to really. Usually, I have a pick like right there. It's like boom. Oh yeah, this is it. This week, nothing.
Yeah.
DeWalt drills.
So if you want to reach us at the Simulcast, you can reach me. I'm easy to find. I'm at Bill Stebbins on Twitter. Go check out my latest post about Patrick before he gets deported. Patrick, where can people follow your timeline that you posted before you got deported?
You can find me on Twitter at LSU Law 2009 or at your local internment camp. Thanks to Bill.
Next show, he's going to have a white background. Watch.
You guys can find me on Google Plus. Oh, wait. Twitter. BW Feldy. BWFELDY.
And Donny?
I am on Twitter. I'm at Donny Benfield. It's Donny with a Y.
And just so you know, that text that is over Patrick's face on there actually has a meaning. It translates into English. I did that special.
Do I really want to go
I'm just now seeing it.
Put it this way: is it something I want in my search history and looking what it means?
Well, you just need the what is that? The Google thing.
Did somebody tweet it out? Somebody's got to tweet it out so the listeners can go back and look.
I did.
Oh, it's there.
Yeah. And I don't know how well it's going to translate, so I'll just tell you. It says Donny is a doo-doo head.
At least it doesn't say Allah Akbar.
It says nothing about the president. It says nothing about anything political.
That makes me feel better, actually. I know that I'm not really a doo-doo head, but
just so we know, Donny is not Donald.
No, Donny is this Donny here, the insulation guy.
The Donald?
No. The Donny.
Yeah.
Donald Trump, per se.
Yes. Oh, no. You said the key word.
We are really going to be on a list.
Oh, God. All right. So
they're not even going to take the show in iTunes.
No, they're not. So in closing, you want to find us, search for the Simulcast or Tech Side in your podcast client of choice, and you can subscribe to us. We have a feed in iTunes and Google Play both. You can also, if you would, please take the time to rate us, leave a review and a comment. We would love that. That'll help us kind of get back in the rankings since we've been out for a while. We also have a Patreon page that gives you, our dedicated and loyal listeners, an opportunity to support us for as little as $1 a month. I sound like Sally Struthers when I say that.
Send some food to a kid for only $1 a month.
Yeah. Us, or you can support the podcast. You can feed a little kid.
We'll send you Starving Marvin.
Starving Marvin. I was just about to say that.
Okay.
You too can have a watch.
So go support us or a little starving Marvin at patreon.com/techside, or tweet us on Twitter. We're at the Simulcast. You can also email us podcast@thesimulcast.com or simulcast@techside.net. And we do not have a Google Voice number right now because I let it expire. So if you have our old one, that doesn't belong to us. So Clay, don't leave us any drunken voicemails.
Or do, and we'll have to have stories about it later.
Yeah, we'll never get it again. But we will get another Google Voice number, and we'll be all set. So thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging in there if you've been listening for the entire hour.
We hope to be here next month.
Yes. So we'll be looking for another co-host since Patrick's going somewhere else.
Unless they send Bill.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.